on this beautiful morning. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Emanuela, and today we are talking about the intuition and how you can build that for real, because I truthfully believe that the intuition is something that every single individual one of us needs, and each and every single one of us has. Intuition is that one thing where whether you believe the pineal gland or the third eye, intuition is your inner knowing and your gut feeling. It's like, damn, I feel this type of way, but I don't know. That feeling in your tummy, that flash of thought within your brain, that instant just inner knowing, that's the intuition, before your mind comes in, before your ego comes in. It's like, actually, this thing about it, your soul literally speaking to you like, boom, like that. That's your intuition. And I believe that each and every single one of us holds an innate ability for our intuition. But due to how society has been brought up and how things have looked, truthfully, as a society, we've gone away from the path of knowing our inner selves, and there's so much BS going on within us individually, within our communities and outside of that. It has caused us to not really be able to focus on the intuition for real. It's caused us to ignore our hearts. It's caused us to ignore how we feel. And when you do that, it's not going to work. So let me give y'all the Google definition of intuition real quick. The first one says, the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Now, let me speak on that one real quick. Because without the need for conscious reasoning, the world that we live in currently is a world of consciousness, of it gotta make sense, of if it's this way, it has to be that way. It's a lot of steps, especially in the society that we're in. But it's on the spiritual realm, on the realm of emotions, mental, it gets to a point where it's what you know is based off of what you have learned and what has been implanted on you ever since you were a kid. And what you feel on the inside, your intuition could say something completely different for what you've learned for all of your life. And then what you know is going to be wait, but I shouldn't do that. And that's the conscious part trying to hold you back, the ego trying to hold you back, when the intuition is only there to guide you. The world that we currently live in lives for reasoning, to the point that it becomes toxic, to the point that you can't say, oh, I had a dream about something, or, oh, I felt it in my gut, and people believe you, prove it. There's always got to be proved. But it's how about trust? How about hope? Things that are not intangible, but within having them within our lives, it greatly improves the quality of life, for real. Having hope, you can't see that shit. That shit, quote unquote, really isn't reasoning, for real. Faith isn't really reasoning. Trust is reasoning, intangible things, but they're feelings. Just like the intuition, there's no reasoning for it, but it's our feeling. It's what we feel within our hearts. It's the instant knowing that our most likely childhood self, our soul knows before we do. And I compare the childhood self, the inner child, to the soul, because in our lives, that's the most innocent time where our soul was just freely allowed to be before, the world came in and swept it off its feet. And the second definition says, a thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. It's an instinct type of thing too. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, so we know that this thing is good for us. It really is the thing that's going to lead you to your purposes for real. But it's okay, how do you hone into it? How do you make it grow bigger? The feeling in the bones, the gut feeling, a funny feeling, a hunch, a sixth sense, instinct, whatever you may call it. How do we grow it so it can become an access? It can be accessible to us on the daily, easily, when it's supposed to. When it is a situation where it's having intuition could probably save your life, could probably save X, Y, or Z, could probably help in X, Y, or Z, for it to show up, because we're close to our souls and our spirit to allow it to show up, And the first thing I want to say, intuition, first and foremost, stop the presses follow your heart. And I say that a lot, but it's very true. Stop the presses, follow your heart. The inner child. Look at yourself. For me personally, my path on like, it kind of just came to me. I feel like I've always had a keen intuition, but it like became stronger ever since I became intentional about my feelings and how I feel in my life, you know? And I looked at some stuff real, and it's like, okay, gotta look at the parts in your lives. Pick out the parts in your life where you're doing some stuff, but it is not aligned with you, you know? Whether that's hurting somebody or, well, no. It's most likely not going to be hurting nobody. But if somewhere in your life you're doing something that's not aiding to your highest self, as in you're doing something that you don't particularly really want to do it, yet you're doing it because of the thought that you have to, but let's put a pin on that right now. If you're doing anything because you have to, you are not following your intuition, my guy, you are not. It's like, if anything, regulation, you know, because I get circumstances. I get some people have kids. There's responsibilities within it, you know. Responsibilities, that's a line where it's like, okay, some shit that you have to do. But when it comes to you as a being, as in like you not doing this isn't really gonna harm nobody, and if anything, you're the only one that it's affecting and you're not even happy within it, drop it, bro. This is making your intuition less strong. You ain't happy, you know? Intuition is a matter of it's a matter of our soul letting us know, like guiding us a little bit. Our soul guiding us. And the happier you are, the more childlike you are, the closer you are to your soul. The closer you are to that inner knowing, you know? And it's because you have given yourself the time, and you love yourself, you know, where it's like you've spent the time, you've spent the hours, you've done the stuff to be with yourself, and you value how you feel over anything else, you know? Like, at the end of the day, valuing how you feel and how it's making you feel, and valuing how you feel in the heart, in your body, in your mind, in your soul, in your emotions is what it's gonna lead you to your intuition. So my first tip is find out who you are for real. Look at who you are. Who do you want to be? And what is holding you back from knowing yourself more? What do you feel that is holding you back from what you want to be? And dig it up and be like, yo, hearts and kisses, but you just ain't serving me no more. And it's a matter of the things, and I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy, you know, it's little by little, but eventually it's gonna be there. It's gonna get to the place that you want it to be, for sure. Because it's like, at the end of the day, if you're refusing the things that you know do not work for you, the things that you know are not aligned for you, and you know yourself, and you know your triggers and your boundaries, and you're able to set that up for yourself, and you do not take anything outside of that, eventually life is still going to be throwing it at you, because that's the frequency that you're vibrating at. That's the thing that, in your being, you believe you deserve. But once you accept and you're like, yo, I'm not taking this no more, I refuse to, and you continue to walk within love and walk within what you know and how you feel, then a year from now, babes, it's going to be a lot further than it was a year ago. If anything, going to feel more connected to yourself, you know? More connected to yourself, more connected to your surroundings. And hopefully by then, too, you'll be able to gauge yourself so much so that the love that you do want to extend to your family and friends and the people that you care about, you're able to do it abundantly. But in order to get to that place first, we gotta look at ourselves, look within ourselves and be like, yo, where am I not agreeing with, bro? Because at the end of the day, we are humans. It's like the act of doing something that doesn't align with you, whether that's going to school, going to a job, hanging out with this group of friends that, you know, they make you feel a certain type of way, saying X, Y, and Z, whatever it may be. What does not serve you, cut it out, and then determine what does serve you, so then it can attract into your life. And letting it go, like, lets the intuition really be guiding you. Like, okay, do this. Okay, now let's look at this side. Let's look at our friendships. Now let's look at our family, and it really be within every single dominion, every single domain. It be a guide to be like, okay, you should probably let them go. And it's like, and then that guide, it letting you know that, okay, you should let it go. You let that thing go, but you feel distressed, like emotional about it, then okay, that's a magnifying glass to see where within you is feeling that way and where you need to heal, so then we can continue, and look at the next thing. Yeah. But I truly believe that intuition is very important, and truthfully, it aids into our energy, because it's like we are in the 3D world. We are physical, and yeah, we are in the body, but the 3D world also has the 4D and the 5D and the 6D within it, That just saying that there are other realms where it's like more higher and more spiritual. And the intuition, I feel, is the direct place from the spiritual, from the higher. And every person has like two angels. Every person, I believe, has, holes, unless if you're an NPC, but hey, that's a topic for another day. We just gotta continue loving ourselves and holding ourselves. And I believe that the more people that have access to their intuition and know what is good and not good for themselves, the more that there is, it becomes a thing where we can now look at the more important things in life, the things that need, the collective, the things that need more than like 5, 10, 15, 20 of us to come in together and like change some stuff up, because at the end of the day, we are one. We are all one. But each and every single one of us individually has gone through our hundreds of suitcases, right? So we gotta go through those hundreds of suitcases, honing our intuition, honing our abilities, like I said, figure out what we like, what we don't like, etc., so then we can have a better understanding of ourselves and a better understanding of the people around us, because we're all reflections as well. And then when we come together as a collective to look at some bigger and brighter things, and more serious things, we all already come not healed, but with an inner knowing of who we are and what we want and what we don't want, and it will make the process so much easier, So I ask of you to please go ahead and do a little bit of your own information on the intuition. I recommend some YouTubers, some YouTube videos. I recommend y'all do, more research on the intuition and how it feels for you. And I'll probably touch on this topic again in the future. But yeah, that's the intuition. And in conclusion, the way to really have it aid to you and to grow the strength of your intuition is to follow your heart and gauge what parts, that you need and the parts that you need to let go, and why. It's all in the why, because just letting it go and keeping it in, it can do so much. But if you don't know why, you're just going to be in the same place, baby girl. So I ask y'all to tap in, look at the whys, let go, and let in. Thank you so much for listening. Hearts and kisses. I appreciate y'all listening so much. Please share, leave reviews, whatever it may be. And yeah, see y'all in the next one. Bye.